Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack the most intriguing stories and surprising facts from the sources you've shared with us. Today we're plunging into a truly chilling real-life account, one that reportedly even made the news in Thailand. It's the story of Kun Jang, a night of youthful adventure with his friends, an infamous abandoned house in Ratchaburi, a strange roadside encounter that quickly turns unsettling, and ultimately, a series of tragic, inexplicable events.
Yeah, it's quite a narrative. Our mission today is really to explore every detail, try and piece together how seemingly innocent choices can spiral into something genuinely frightening. We're going to look at what makes this particular experience stand out, not just as like a ghost story, but maybe something more, something that challenges how we see things.
Okay, let's get into it. So the story kicks off in late 2009. Kun Jang is about 18, maybe 19 years old. He's just finished MSEX, that's Thai high school. And, to celebrate, he and his friends were having drinks with some older guys they know. Pretty standard stuff, right? Just hanging out, nothing weird. Until it gets late, past 11 p.m., almost midnight. That's when one of the older friends, P-Golf, he speaks up. He's like, hey, you guys finished school now? Let's go do something fun. And Kun Jang asks, fun? What do you mean it's pretty late? And P-Golf's big idea, drive out to this abandoned house he's heard about. Apparently the word was it was heavily haunted, like one of the scariest in Thailand.
The classic setup.
Exactly. So you got to picture it, late night, they've had a few drinks, that youthful bravado is kicking in. So the group of four, Kun Jang and three others, they all agree. Let's do it. They just pile into P-Golf's pickup truck, ready for, whatever this fun was going to be. It feels so familiar, doesn't it? That kind of dare.
It really does. And that initial decision, it's so important. It shows how easily that feeling of being young and maybe a bit invincible, looking for a thrill, how that can lead you into situations you just don't understand. It wasn't like they were ghost hunters. It was just a spontaneous late night thing.
Right. So they get there and the vibe changes immediately. The house is just like the rumors said. Dark, creepy, totally isolated. It's this old two-story wooden place, like a garden house up on stilts, surrounded by forest, no lights anywhere, no other houses nearby, just blackness.
And unsettling.
Yeah. So, armed with flashlights, Kun Jang and the others start poking around. They check out the ground floor, the space underneath the house, but nothing. Nothing exciting, nothing weird, just empty space, maybe some dust. Then P-Golf, who seemed to be driving this whole thing, suggests they go upstairs to the second floor.
The next level of commitment.
Right, and this is where the group kind of splits. Two of the friends are like, nope, no way, they're too scared. They just admit it and decide to wait downstairs.
Smart move, maybe.
Maybe. So only Kun Jang and P-Golf go up. They climb these old stairs into the main part of the house. P-Golf, apparently he's a bit of a skeptic. He does the thorough search, flashlight everywhere, looking in corners. But again, nothing. Zero. No spooky stuff, nothing to justify the house's reputation. So P-Golf is just disappointed. He basically says there's nothing special here. Thinks the rumors were totally overblown. He even suggests, let's just go back to your place, Kun Jang, and keep drinking. Like the whole trip was kind of wasted time.
Almost anticlimactic.
Totally. So they go back down, meet the others waiting downstairs, tell them they found nothing, and get back in the truck to head home.
And you see, that's the deceptive part, isn't it? The lack of anything happening at the house. It might have made them drop their guard. Made them more vulnerable, maybe, to what happened next. It suggests that sometimes the real danger isn't obvious. It unfolds later, subtly.
Okay, so they're driving back. It's still deep night, really quiet out in the countryside. They pass this old, dark wooden bus stop. A Salalur rut, one of those open shelters. It's next to a canal, there's a bridge nearby, and the road has no lights at all, just the truck's headlights cutting through the dark. As they drive past, the headlights sweep across the inside of the shelter, and they see someone. A young woman, standing there. There's a motorcycle parked right next to her. She looks maybe like a teenager.
In the middle of nowhere, that late.
Exactly. So, being a bunch of young guys, they're curious, maybe she's in trouble. They immediately ask P-Golf to stop the truck. P-Golf, playing the hero, backs the truck up, pulls right alongside the shelter, rolls down the window, calls out, hey, need any help? It's really late, deserted out here.
Yeah.
And she tells them, her motorcycle ran out of gas. She doesn't know how she's going to get home. Kun Jang pipes up with a solution. Says, look, we can give you money for gas. We'll drive, find a station, fill up a bottle, bring it back. Seems logical, helpful, right? But her reaction, that's where it starts getting a bit weird.
Right. That's the first real flag, I think, her distrust. She's offered a perfectly good solution, but she's worried they'll steal her money. And instead wants to get in a truck with four strangers. In the dark. It just doesn't quite track logically, does it? It hints that something else is going on from the very start.
Yeah, exactly. Her counteroffer is basically, I don't trust you with the money. What if you just drive off? Instead, she asks, can I ride with you guys to the gas station? Then you can just drop me back here. Golf, well, he seems pretty keen on this idea.
Yeah.
Probably sees a chance to impress her. He actually makes two of his friends climb out of the cab and get into the open truck bed so she can sit inside with him and Koon-Jang.
Okay, so she gets in.
She gets in, and now they can see her better in the cab light. She's very attractive. Golf immediately starts flirting, teasing her a bit.
Right.
And she acts all shy, playing along. Then she asks if she can borrow Golf's phone. Says she needs to call her mom. So they overhear the call. She tells her mom she'll be late. Motorcycle ran out of gas.
Yeah.
But then she adds, and Golf is apparently grinning his head off at this, that she met some kind brothers who are helping her out. And she says she wants to bring them home with her.
Bring them home. Interesting phrasing.
Right. So they start driving again, looking for a gas station. But it's rural Thailand, well after 1 a.m. now. The first couple of small local stations they find. Closed, obviously. Koon-Jang then suggests a new plan. Look, let's just drive you home. Forget the gas for tonight. Leave the bike here. Get it tomorrow. And she agrees to that easily enough.
Right.
So as Golf is driving, he asks her, so where do you live? She just points ahead, says it's close. Then she asks them a question. Why were you guys out in this area so late anyway? So Koon-Jang explains about the abandoned house, how they went to check it out because of the rumors, but adds, we didn't find anything special there.
Uh-oh.
And that's the cue. Golf immediately jumps in. What do you mean nothing? I found this. He pulls something from his pocket. It's a small wooden box, like palm-sized, and it's locked. He explains he picked it up at the house, basically so the trip wouldn't feel like a total waste.
Oh, boy.
And the young woman, her whole demeanor changes. The shyness is gone. She immediately asks him, didn't you fear he would come back to reclaim it?
You. Not they or someone. He.
Exactly. Golf just laughs. He's still full of bravado, completely unfazed. It's an abandoned house, he scoffs. Nobody's coming back for this.
Yeah.
But her reply, it's ominous. She says, then be careful, because he will definitely come back to reclaim it. Golf just keeps laughing it off, dismisses her completely. That exchange, wow. Feels like everything pivots right there, doesn't it?
It's absolutely the turning point. Her question isn't just casual. It sounds like a warning, almost a prophecy. It implies there is an owner, maybe something protecting that place, and a line has just been crossed. And Golf just brushing it off, especially after visiting a supposedly haunted house. It's tragic, really. This isn't just about taking a little box. It feels like it sets something much bigger, much darker in motion. That reclaiming she mentioned, it sounds serious.
Yeah, deeply unsettling. So they keep driving. The young woman points ahead, says her house is just past the next intersection. Her mom will meet her there. Golf starts to slow down, preparing to pull over. And suddenly there's this frantic shouting from the guys in the truck bed, screaming, and then instantly just a massive, deafening crash.
Oh, no.
The next thing Koon-Jang knows, he's opening his eyes. He's in a hospital bed. He can't move his body at all, only his eyes. Everything hurts. He finds out later what happened. They were hit by a huge sugarcane truck. Its headlights were broken. It just came out of nowhere in the dark.
It's devastating.
Absolutely. One of their friends, one of the guys in the truck bed, died right there at the scene. Koon-Jang and the other two surviving friends were badly injured. But here's the chilling part, the real mystery. Golf and the young woman vanished. They weren't found at the accident site. No bodies, nothing, just gone.
It's gone after a crash.
Gone. So 3 days go by.
Yeah.
No word from Golf. His mom is obviously frantic, reports him missing, keeps trying his phone over and over. Then on that third day, someone answers Golf's phone. Not Golf, just someone. An unknown voice.
Right.
And this person doesn't explain anything, just gives them a location, tells them where to go. So once Koon-Jang and his friends are well enough to leave the hospital, Golf's mom, totally distraught, asks them to take her to this location, the one from the phone call. And where does it lead them? Right back to that same abandoned house they visited just a few nights before.
No, back there.
Back there. But this time, it's daytime. And what they see shocks them. The house. It's covered in these large, dried marigold garlands, like big wreaths of them, circling the whole property. Details they completely missed in the pitch blackness of their first visit. Seeing it now in daylight with those garlands, it's way more frightening.
That's incredibly eerie, ritualistic almost.
Yeah. And then this old man comes out of the house, asks them what they want. Golf's mom explains, someone called from my son's phone and told us to come here. The old man invites him inside. And inside the house, Koon-Jang sees it. A framed photograph on the wall. a funeral portrait.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
It's her, the young woman from the roadside, the one who was in the truck.
No way.
Yes, and underneath the photo, the funeral dates. They show she died in 2006.
2006, but this was 2009.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years before they picked her up. Kun Jang and his friends, they're just stunned. He said their knees felt weak, they could barely stand. I mean, can you even imagine?
That's the moment everything just shatters, isn't it? It reframes the entire encounter. Her strange behavior, the warning about the box. It wasn't just a girl needing a ride. It was something else entirely, something supernatural tied directly to that house, active years after her death.
And it gets worse. Kun Jang looks over and sees this old, dusty cabinet covered in cobwebs. And sitting on top of it, the small wooden box, the one P. Golf took.
The box.
But here's the thing. The cabinet is filthy, covered in dust. The box, it looks pristine, not a speck of dust on it, like it doesn't belong there, or it was just placed there. Kun Jang is reeling. He asks the old man, Who are you? Who is the woman in the picture? We thought this house was abandoned. The old caretaker just calmly says, yes, it is an abandoned house, but it has an owner. And the owner hired him to look after the place. The woman in the photo, that's the owner's daughter, died a long time ago.
Just confirms it all.
Yeah. Then Pyok's mother, desperate, asks him, but my son, where is my son? And the caretaker's reply is just baffling. He says he doesn't know her son, never met him. He claims he just found the phone lying near the house, answered it when it rang, and assumed whoever was calling wanted it back.
So no answers about P. Golf from him either.
None. They leave the house completely empty-handed regarding P. Golf. Still missing. Another 5 or 6 days pass. Still nothing. P. Golf's mother, I mean, she must have been beside herself.
Yeah.
Believing he must be dead by now. She does something deeply traditional. She goes outside, lights incense sticks, calls out his full name, and pleads for him to just show himself. Dead or alive, just let them find him.
A mother's plea. Very powerful in many traditions.
Apparently so. Because that very same night, around 8 p.m., the police call P. Golf's mother. They found a body. A man's body, badly decomposed, bloated. Found on the roadside near the original accident site. His ID confirms it. P. Golf.
Found. Finally. But only after her plea. That delay is fascinating, isn't it? The police searched initially, presumably. Why wasn't he found for over a week? The story suggests his body was somehow hidden, concealed by something unseen. Until his mother performed that sacred personal appeal, it raises a chilling question. Was taking that box the trigger? Did it initiate that reclaiming the woman warned about, extending even beyond death, holding him back? And was it only broken by his mother's powerful invocation, forcing whatever held him to release him?
It's a lot to take in. So what do we make of all this Kun Jang's story? It's more than just a ghost story, isn't it? It really feels like a stark warning about crossing lines we don't understand. The veil between our world and something else. Goes from a simple dare, something so mundane, to this terrifying spiral of events. Loss of life, disappearances, and this really eerie feeling that some places, even empty ones, demand respect.
Absolutely. It connects to this deep cultural understanding, particularly in Southeast Asia, that places have energies, objects have connections. Kun Golf taking that box. It wasn't just shoplifting from an empty house. In this context, it looks like he disturbed something, ignored a clear warning. He disrespected the space, the potential owner, whether human or otherwise, and triggered that consequence, that reclaiming. It forces you to think about ownership differently, not just legally, but spiritually. What forces protect these forgotten places and belongings? And that reveal about the young woman, finding out she died years before, that's the core chiller. It makes you rethink every single interaction they had.
It really does leave you thinking, doesn't it? A lot to unpack there. For you, the listener, we hope this deep dive into Kun Jang's truly chilling experience has given you plenty to consider. Till next time, stay curious and maybe think twice about those unseen layers around us.